Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching today. My name is Rosie and I'm part of the education team here at ChildNet, who is part of the UK Safer Internet Centre. We are so pleased to have some time today to tell you a bit more about the upcoming Safer Internet Day celebrations, including all of the resources available to help you run activities in your school or youth group setting. In my work with the ChildNet education team, a big part of my job is travelling to schools around the country, talking to children aged 3 to 18 years old, parents, carers, and professionals about online safety. Everyone in the team here also comes from an education background, so we know firsthand how valuable your time is and how many plates you've got to keep spinning. Our aim today is to tell you everything you need to know about the upcoming Safer Internet Day campaign and, most importantly, signpost you to the various resources available completely for free. We also know lots of you are already doing amazing work in this space. Whether you're delivering messages during computing, assemblies, RSE, or have a really comprehensive whole school approach, we feel confident that Safer Internet Day has a role to play. It's not about delivering all your online safety messages in one day, but we do see it as a great opportunity to engage young people with the topic and to keep it at the forefront of everyone's minds. It's a chance to celebrate technology and the opportunities it can offer, whilst also starting important conversations about young people's online experiences that can continue all year long. It's also really good fun. And participating means joining in with thousands of other organisations all across the country. Plus, whatever your role, we have resources to help you get involved with the day, whether you have 5 minutes, an hour, or want to dedicate a whole week to celebrations. Our theme for Safer Internet Day this year is all about AI, and our full strapline is Smart Tech, Safe Choices, exploring the safe and responsible use of AI. It feels as if everyone's talking about AI, and with many children and young people hearing about and using AI online, it's important they have the skills and confidence to make safe choices when they're using smart technology. This Safer Internet Day, we're exploring the impact of AI on all of our lives, looking at how AI can be used for good, and giving advice and guidance that empowers people to use AI safely and responsibly. We really hope this theme will allow for some fantastic conversations at home, as well as in schools and other settings. We're now going to spend a bit of time exploring the resources available to you to support you in engaging with Safer Internet Day 2026. Let's start with the downloadable activity packs. You can find all the resources for free on the Safer Internet Centre website. The page looks just like this, and you'll need to click on the tab labelled Education Resources here. You can see the URL on the screen as well. As in previous years, we've provided 4 sets of resources, each designed for working with a different age range: 3 to 7s, 7 to 11s, 11 to 14s, and 14 to 18s. Each pack includes instructions and resources for adaptable activities and an assembly. All of the resources are available in English, Welsh, and Irish, thanks to the Welsh Government and the Safeguarding Board for Northern Ireland. So I think we might be ready to look at the resources. We're focusing on the 3 to 7s and 7 to 11 activities in this video. All the activities are designed to be adaptable. You can edit the slides and move things around, or add or take out text as you see fit for your learners. And you'll see that some activities include extension activities too. When you download each pack, you'll find 4 documents which are numbered and named for ease of use. I would recommend starting with the PDF, which lists the different activities, and it's helpfully labelled number 1. This document starts with an overview of the theme, and this is also where you'll find some really important guidance, including advice about establishing a safe and supportive learning environment, or knowing where to get more information or help. Naturally, your organisation's safeguarding procedures and policies need to be your first port of call here, but there's lots of advice and support available should you need it. Further through this document, you'll reach the activity overviews. At the top of each activity, you'll find an approximate running length and learning objectives, along with a list of everything you'll need to deliver it, including a reference to the supporting slides, which, if needed, will be available in the PowerPoint, which is document number 2 in your download. We've also worked hard to ensure the activities are adaptable and similar to last year. We've made suggestions for every activity in all 4 packs on how they could be adapted for learners with additional needs. Starting with 3 to 7s, with the youngest learners, we focused on a use of AI that children of this age are often familiar with and use frequently, voice assistants. In this pack, we wanted to help children recognize AI as a form of technology by thinking about how voice assistants are different to people and how to safely use them. On the screen here, you can see part of our activity, Rue's New Friend. This activity provides an opportunity to use storytelling to share a key online safety message for this age group, that AI technologies are not human, and that there are some things children will need a trusted adult to help with. The story can guide learners through this and prompt useful discussion around this topic, allowing learners to draw their own comparisons to deepen their understanding. And it's a great activity to run as a whole class or group. Learners can then strengthen this learning using the activity sheet that helps them to think about the differences between humans and voice assistants. As well as running this simply as its own activity, this story can provide a great opportunity to assess where learners are in their understanding of AI before delving further into different uses of voice assistants in the other activities. And for each activity, there are ideas to scaffold and challenge to help all learners access the activities. If you find that learners have a good understanding, there are slides to extend the learning that go more into detail about voice assistants. If there are learners that need more support, there's also a version that just shares the key points to help support them. This also has an accompanying activity sheet, which gives learners the opportunity to reinforce the learning from the slides. During this story and throughout the other slides, we have used the term voice assistant because this is a term we found many children were familiar with, but we do know that different children may find different terms more familiar to describe the same technology. The great thing about this, and something requested by schools from previous years, is that we have made all our slides fully editable, so educators can change the text to whatever will work best for their learners. This is particularly great for adapting the slides for accessibility too. If you're looking for an activity that gets into a bit more depth about the use of voice assistants, a great one to try would be How do voice assistants make us feel? This activity has slides that discuss different feelings technology can make people feel, and then looks at some different scenarios involving voice assistants, as you can see some examples of on the screen. There's also a slide to remind them what they can do if a voice assistant does something that upsets or worries them, by reminding them of the trusted adults in their lives. The great thing about these slides being editable is that you can edit it to include key safeguarding stuff in your setting. An activity you can run even with only 10 minutes is the How Can I Use a Voice Assistant activity. This one has examples of different uses of voice assistants, with some being safe and fun uses and other ones that may be unsafe and upsetting. This activity can be run in a real variety of ways, as the examples are provided both on slides and on printed cards. So it could be that learners complete it as a class or group with the slides, even maybe using actions for okay or not okay uses, or it could be completed independently or in small groups as a sorting activity using the cards. The cards also provide a great way to pre-teach vocabulary to learners who may need familiarising with the ideas before the activity. There's also an activity in this pack that has a broader online safety focus, which you can see on the right of the screen here. This is the Personal Online Safety Plan, which is a resource designed for use in small groups or individually, which gives a template to guide learners to reflect on their use of technology, how it makes them feel, what rules they already follow at school and at home, and input into a plan that reminds them how to keep safe online. This resource is also adaptable, and each part can be adjusted to fit the learner's needs, as it is all editable. If it's easier for a child to draw, write, or even type, then it can be edited for whatever method is most accessible for them, and to focus on whichever questions are most relevant. This resource can be used in lots of different settings, and if it's completed at school or a club, then it can be photocopied to share with their family too for consistency. Let's move on to the pack for 7 to 11s. With this age group, we found from our focus groups that they were using a wider range of AI. So to reflect this, we have used a broad range of scenarios to help them understand safe and responsible use of AI. One activity that we've worked hard to create a range of examples for learners in is the OK or Not OK activity that you can see a couple of examples from on the screen. This activity provides an opportunity for learners to explore whether a use of AI is okay or not, guiding them to understand that AI use should be responsible and should make them and others feel safe and positive. The scenarios are provided on slides, which can be shown on screen for larger groups or on cards for individual or small group use, which could be a way to challenge learners to try this for themselves. A really interactive way that we've suggested you could run this activity is to place cards for OK, not OK, and it depends in different places in the room, and for each scenario have learners move to the opinion card that they think. This activity also has educator guidance for each scenario to ensure educator confidence when guiding learners and addressing any misconceptions. Our Responding to Misuses of AI activity is one of the most adaptable activities in this pack. It starts with slides to help discuss the positive uses of AI and then goes into scenarios that explore what learners can do if there are misuses of AI. You can group learners to discuss different scenarios, like the ones you can see on the screen. The slides can also enable conversation after this about what steps they can take to respond to a misuse of AI or when AI-generated content upsets them. Where this can get really creative for learners is what they do at the end of the activity, where we have suggested they could create a role play about their scenario and the advice they would give, or write an agony aunt-style response to the scenario. Another way this can be adapted, particularly if learners will need more support or may have additional needs, is to use Pip's problem, which is a specific scenario that has been written as a more accessible alternative to the other scenarios, where learners can discuss together how Pip is feeling and what he should do next. There are also sentence starters that go alongside this problem to help scaffold learners when they think of their advice. One activity that we think covers a particularly important part of AI use for this age group is the AI chatbots activity. This focuses on what an AI chatbot is, how people may use them, and the limitations of using AI chatbots for support, including where young people can get help if they need it, which can be adapted to include key safeguarding contacts for each setting. During this activity, we don't differentiate between AI chatbots and AI companions to make it accessible for this age group, but the messaging aligns to both, as we emphasize the importance of talking to an adult and not relying on a chatbot for advice. This activity also has a chance for learners to present what they've learned in a leaflet. And you can also see on the right-hand side here a version of the worksheet that can be particularly useful for those learners who may need more support or have additional needs. This pack also includes a quiz, which we've included in two formats. Firstly, you can find it as a clickable interactive quiz on the UK Safer Internet Centre website, so you could pop this up on a screen in your setting and work through it as a group. You'll be given feedback on each answer as you go and a score at the end. You can find this on the same website page we mentioned before by clicking on quizzes or by clicking on the link in the education pack. Alternatively, we've also provided the questions and answers for the quizzes in a Word document format, which is document number 3 in the pack. This is because we've had feedback from educators previously that they would have liked to adapt the quizzes to the software and platforms they're already using in school, such as Kahoot. So hopefully this makes this as easy as possible to do so. The final thing in these packs is an assembly for 3 to 11s. The assembly will be document number 4 in your initial download. This assembly introduces Safer Internet Day before focusing in on this year's theme of AI by looking at what AI is, delivering some key messages, and considering how learners may use it in the future. As in previous years, they include editable slides for you to add the name of your designated safeguarding lead or other reporting routes specific to your setting. We also have top tips available on the UK Safer Internet Centre website for 7 to 11s, 11 to 14s and 14 to 18s, plus parents and carers, and separate specific tips for parents and carers of 3 to 7s, so there's something for everyone. These top tips would also be a great option if you want to send something home to share with parents and carers. So that concludes our tour of the resource packs. I hope that's been useful, and do download the resources yourself so you can explore what we've put together and adapt something for your setting. As a reminder, they're available in English, Welsh and Irish on the UK Safer Internet Centre website and are free for anyone to access, so you can adapt them to suit your needs, whether you're a teacher or work with young people in another capacity. We do have a special request for any of you watching this today. The UK Safer Internet Centre is a partnership of 3 charities, and we rely on support and funding to be able to run this campaign and provide all of the materials we've talked through today. By registering as a supporter of the day, you can help us evidence the reach this campaign has, which is really important to help secure that funding and means we're able to continue producing all of these free resources for you. So please do register your organisation as a supporter. You'll need to supply a few details and also a copy of your logo to appear on our interactive map. But like last year, you're no longer required to tell us what your plans are. So if you're not sure yet, you can still register and your setting will appear on our map, showing supporters across the country. You can also show your support on social media. We'll be resharing and engaging with as many of you as possible, so use the hashtag #SaferInternetDay. Keep an eye on our accounts and subscribe to our newsletters as well. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope it's been useful and we're so excited to see what this year's Safer Internet Day will bring. And if you do just 3 things after this video, then firstly, please do check out the website and all the resources available. Secondly, do register as a supporter. And thirdly, make space for conversations about life online with the children and young people you work with on Safer Internet Day and all year round. Thank you everyone again for watching.